Hi everyone, my name is Stephanie Craig and I work at Physical Sciences Inc. in Andover, Massachusetts. Today I want to talk to you about the high-speed, visible, near-infrared and shortwave infrared hyperspectral imager that we have developed under the Navy SBIR program for Airborne Minefield Detection. So before I dive into our sensor, let me tell you a little bit about PSI. We're a small employee-owned company with a highly interdisciplinary staff that has a wide array of expertise, including imaging and optics, sensors and instrumentation, algorithm development, aeronautical engineering, advanced materials, laser-based sensing, medical devices, and photonics. We work closely with all agencies of the U.S. government, often through SBIR programs, to perform application-driven research and development with the ultimate goal of transitioning this technology to government and industrial customers. In fact, for every dollar of Phase 2 SBIR investment, PSI has secured nearly 3 times that amount of Phase 3 funding. PSI has multiple examples of technologies that have resulted in both commercial success and successful transitions into the DoD systems. Under EPA SBIR and commercial sponsorship, we developed with our partners a widely accepted handheld LiDAR system that enables a walking survey of natural gas distribution lines. Under NIH SBIR sponsorship, we have developed a stabilization technology enabling better ophthalmic examination for millions of us. PSI has developed advanced radiation detection systems for screening at fixed locations and mobile applications. We have also developed a soldier-borne aerial surveillance reconnaissance vehicle, InstaNI, which has found wide acceptance throughout our military and law enforcement agencies. But today, I will be talking to you about a new technology PSI has developed under Navy SBIR program for beach zone minefield detection. The Navy requires next-generation optical sensors to conduct unmanned aerial tactical reconnaissance in the surf and beach zones to detect and localize minefields and obstacles prior to amphibious assault. These minefields may consist of both surface-laid and buried mines and anti-tank obstacles such as hedgehogs. Other obstacles and mines may be laid in the surf zone or very shallow water. The Coastal Battlefield Reconnaissance and Analysis, or COBRA system, is an airborne mine detection tactical system funded by the Naval Surface Warfare Center's Panama City Division and is in alignment with this requirement. COBRA will be integrated with the MQ-8C Fire Scout unmanned air system shown on this slide and is expected to transition to the fleet by 2027. To comply with COBRA requirements, the sensor must operate at an altitude of 3,000 feet and a velocity of 60 meters per second. The sensor cannot occupy more than 20,000 cubic centimeters, must weigh less than 20 kilograms, and must consume less than 50 watts of power. Furthermore, PSI has set an internal requirement that the sensor will have a probability of detection of at least 90%, the probability of false alarm of less than 1%. To achieve the requirements of the optical sensor for the COBRA mission, PSI set out to develop an airborne beach zone mine detection capability based on visible, near-infrared, and shortwave infrared hyperspectral imaging, which we refer to as the VNIR SWIR HSI. The HSI employs phenomenological models of buried and surface mine signatures and automatic target recognition algorithms to pull out mine-like objects from spatial and spectral clutter in the hyperspectral images. This solution will add new hyperspectral capability to the COBRA system, which currently utilizes a multispectral camera. It will also address historical shortcomings of traditional push-broom HSIs, including poor image quality and spatial resolution with unfavorable target fill factors, and motion-induced artifacts caused by the interdependency between the data acquisition and the aircraft motion. Additionally, the sensor will have an improved spectral range and resolution, an SNR, compared to conventional hyperspectral imagers. The architecture of the sensor lends itself to a multitude of different applications besides airborne beach zone mine detection, including standoff chemical and explosive detection, and UAS-borne intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance for other branches of the DoD. Outside of military applications, the sensor would also be appropriate for vegetation trait mapping and precision agriculture. To achieve the requirements of the U.S. Navy and to satisfy the prerequisites of the COBRA mission, PSI has developed a high-speed VNIR SWIR HSI that is coupled to autonomous anomaly and target detection algorithms. The novel architecture enables rapid staring mode hyperspectral data acquisition that complies with the 60 meter per second speed of advance of the MQ-8C Fire Scout UAS used for the COBRA system. Furthermore, the architecture decouples the aircraft motion from the sensor, which yields high-quality and high-fidelity spatial images. The VNIR and SWIR channels of the sensor cover 400 to 1750 nanometers, which enables the anomaly and detection algorithms to access multiple phenomenologies to identify minefields. The expanded spectral range provides enhanced spectral separation of the surface mines from background and better discrimination from common confusers such as beach vegetation. Extension into the SWIR also allows for detection of disturbed sand, which is evidence of buried mines, which are historically difficult to detect. In addition to exploiting the spectral phenomenologies afforded by the VNIR SWIR HSI, the real-time detection algorithms perform characterization of the background of the scene and elimination of spectral and spatial beach clutter. It also performs anomaly separation and detection, and spectral shape and feature matching against key targets. The figure on this slide shows a photograph of the sensor coupled to a commercial octocopter UAS, monitoring a beach for areas of disturbed sand. The top inset shows a close-up of the sensor itself, which measures 10 by 10 by 6 inches, weighs 19 pounds, and consumes less than 50 watts of power. The lower inset shows the resulting hyperspectral detection map, where the areas of disturbed sand detected are shown in the white areas surrounded by the black boxes. The first generation of the VNIR SWIR HSI was shown on the previous slide. This sensor performed ground and airborne tests at local beaches and fields and demonstrated discrimination between surface types and disturbed soil and sand. The sensor was also part of a data collection mission on a manned UH-1 helicopter over a simulated beach zone minefield. This test demonstrated the ability to detect surface and buried mines, achieving TRL 5. The next generation sensor is currently under development and is modeled to be smaller, lighter, and more power efficient than the previous generation. The new VNIR SWIR HSI will be built and functionally tested by March 2021, achieving TRL 4. TRL 5 will be met by July 2021, following a series of planned ground tests and flight tests of simulated minefields. By the end of 2021, advanced ground and airborne capability demonstrations will be performed to achieve TRL 6. These advanced tests are currently being planned. This schedule, detailed on the chart on this slide, is consistent with meeting the COBRA Block 2 Milestone B decision in 2022. The VNIR SWIR HSI, currently under development, has key advantages to minefield detection over currently available commercial optical imagers. First, the sensor extends into the shortwave infrared, which is demonstrated to be more sensitive to the moisture content of soil and sand than visible wavelengths, which improves the detection of buried mines that are historically difficult to detect. Second, by extending to hyperspectral imagery versus multispectral imagery currently employed by the COBRA system, receiver operator curves show an enhanced probability of detection with a lower probability of false alarm. The VNIR SWIR HSI also works as a staring mode sensor that uses multiple parallel scanning slits that decouple the aircraft motion from the sensor, which yields high-resolution imagery and supports the high speed of advance required for airborne mine hunting missions. Finally, no commercially available staring mode hyperspectral imagers are currently on the market that have comparable swap, spectral range, and spectral sensitivity, making PSI's VNIR SWIR HSI uniquely situated for minefield detection, especially for buried mines. The COBRA program is championed by Arete Associates in PEO USC PMS 495 Mine Warfare, and we are working to align the VNIR SWIR HSI to a successful COBRA Block 2 EMD bid as part of this team. Funding has been identified and obtained to perform tower testing and flight testing of the VNIR SWIR sensor as part of the COBRA team's Hardware Development Program, or HDP, to lay the groundwork for COBRA Block 2. This includes incorporating the HSI with the current COBRA Block 1 multispectral imager and integrating the dual sensor into an AgilePod platform for use on both the tower and flight tests. This HDP is currently underway. The data from these tests will be used in subsequent programs to fuse the higher spatial resolution multispectral data with the higher spectral resolution hyperspectral data for overall improved minefield detection. By the end of this development program, we expect to have demonstrated sufficient capability to place a bid for the COBRA Block 2 EMD. Pending a successful EMD, the COBRA system will be expected to transition to the fleet in 2027. For transitioning the VNIR SWIR HSI to the fleet, PSI intends to market the sensor as an original equipment manufacturer subsystem to system integrator. PSI is currently equipped with a 10,000 square foot assembly space and a manufacturing resource planning system. We plan to provide pre-production efforts to qualify vendors, establish a supply chain, and develop user documentation based on PSI's previous commercial successes. Additionally, PSI will work closely with PMS 495 to execute funding beyond Phase 2. While the VNIR SWIR HSI is well suited for minefield detection missions, it's also capable of other commercial pathways, including airborne intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance for NAVAIR, the Marine Corps, and the Air Force. The sensor was originally developed as a vegetation trait mapping sensor for the DOE, where it successfully distinguished between vegetation and surface types, as well as healthy and unhealthy vegetation. As such, the VNIR SWIR HSI has strong applications to precision agriculture and pipeline monitoring. In summary, PSI has developed a high-speed hyperspectral imager that covers 400 to 1750 nanometers and has coupled it to real-time target recognition algorithms tailored for airborne minefield detection. The first generation VNIR SWIR HSI achieved TRL5. The development of the second generation sensor is currently underway and is expected to be lighter and smaller than the first generation sensor. This HSI is expected to achieve TRL5 by July 2021 and TRL6 before 2022. Capability demonstrations have shown that this technology can detect surface-laid targets and disturbed earth in both field and beach zones, making it well suited for minefield detection. The sensor, however, is versatile and adaptable, making it strongly suited for airborne ISR applications. If you think you have any other applications for our VNIR SWIR hyperspectral imager, please let us know. My contact information is listed on the slide, or come stop by our virtual booth. If you're interested in learning more about PSI and our capabilities, feel free to visit our website at www.psicorp.com. Thank you so much for your attention, and we look forward to hearing from you.